Yo, what is good, everybody? It is your boy Ant, one half of Delinquent Duo here, coming at you with some more low-rated DB action. This is the series where I show you all my climb on the Dueling Book ranked ladder, going all the way from my low rating, hopefully hitting that sweet 1K. In this episode today, I will be playing some Dragon Link, a new deck that I'm trying to pick up and learn how to play, and we're going to go over some replays, hopefully trying to help you guys learn how to play through some hand traps and learn how to play from my mistakes. Before we get into all of that, I want to thank everybody for clicking on this video today, and if you guys like the content that you see, please consider giving us a like and subscribing to the channel. Really helps us out. We come out with new videos every Monday and Wednesday, so if you hit that bell icon, you'll be up to date on all that sweet content. Let's get right into it. Alright everybody, for this first replay right here, I'm going to show you guys my game 2 against a Salamangreat player. We're already down 1, and I'm going to show you guys how I play under Droll this time. So, I'm going to start off with a quick launch right here, and that is going to let me get my Rocket Synchron right here, and I get my Striker Dragon. Striker is going to add me the Boot Sector launch, and then that is right when I get Drolled. So it's going to prevent me from going into my Romulus to get that play, so it'll probably prevent me from getting my Herald as well. Pretty good. And because I'm playing the Vylon Cube build, it actually hurts a lot. But luckily, I'm able to have 2 different rocket monsters, and I go right into my Halki Fibrax, and then that is going to bring on my Cube. And then I'll get my Link Cross right here. And with that, I'll just get 1 token for the cube. Can't add anything, but I still get my Herald on board, so hopefully that kind of helps against a Nibiru. Of course, I also have the World Legacy Guard Dragon right here, which is actually a really good extender in this matchup because it's going to let me move that LP that I'm about to make to the next zone, so that way there's 2 zones pointing together with the Link Cross and the LP, so that actually really helps me play through this Droll right here. So let's go on and see what I do. I of course get the LP from the Tracer and then move it with the Guard Dragon, which is pretty much the best monster reborn in the deck, and then that's going to let me get my Black Metal. And I get Black Metal right here because I want another extender when I link it off with the LP, so that way I have the monster reborn from the Red MD. Right now, my game plan is kind of try to get as much extension on board, and what's really good about the Rocket deck is that pretty much every 1 dragon turns into 2, and that's why it's really strong. As you can see right here, I get the Black Metal effect to get my Red MD, and then I use Link Cross and the LP to go into the Protector Whelp, which is going to get me 2 zones again. Then I banish 3 right here and just go straight into Levy, which is going to let me rip a card of my opponent's hand. And then I can use Pisty's effect to bring back my Rocket Tracer, and I want to do that because I need 2 level 4s so I can go into Savage next turn. With that, I'm going to banish my LP, getting me out of the Dragon Lock, and then use the Red MD, use those 2 to get Herald, the Heretic Seal, and then I'll use Red MD's effect, so then I can get 2 Darks for Union Carrier, and then pop that for my Rocket Recharger, and that'll let me get my full board pretty much, playing through Droll with the Vylon Cube. Of course, you have to have the right extenders, but because this deck has so many good extenders, you're able to play through a lot of different things. So there we go, my opponent scoops it up, and let's go into the next game. Alright guys, for this next game, I'm going to show you my game 3 against the Infernoble Knight player, and in this game I'm going to show you how I play around Nibiru. So, we're going to start off with the Chaos Space right here. I could either start off with the Black Metal, the Quick Launch, or the Chaos Space. Right here, I think Chaos Space is better because I want to save Quick Launch and my Black Metal normal summon for later on in case I do get Nibiru'd. And that's why I use Chaos Space right here. It kind of plays harder into Droll, but I think that's okay because I still have a lot of stuff to get into my Needle Fiber and stuff like that. So the Chaos Space is going to let me get my Black, of course. And then Black is pretty much full combo. I really like the Black and White package to start off with because it lets you chain block a lot, especially if you have chaos space. So I get to have black to add white, and then my striker dragon's gonna add my boot. And then I use the white effect to banish the black. And then before I go into anything else, I want to use chaos space to put black on the bottom, so that way I can chain block again when I go into Romulus. I'm gonna get a living fossil off the draw on that, which is actually extra good. Get my Romulus as 1 and then white as 2. I kind of don't know why I put that in there. I think that was like a misplay, misclick situation right there, but it doesn't really matter in the end. I'm gonna get my Dragoonity Divine Lance, and then it's gonna let me get my Phalanx on board. And then we just go through the normal stuff right here, pending in Nibiru, which of course is gonna happen. You can Nibiru right here, which is kind of okay, but my opponent waits a little bit more to get into the Metal Marcher, and right here is where you want to Nibiru, because if you don't, then they could probably go into a Herald to stop that Nibiru. So my opponent drops the Nibiru right here. That's a-okay, but it still leaves my Crystron Halki Vibrax play live, which is going to be the detriment, of course. And again, I still have my normal summon right here, so that's why I think saving that normal is really good. I try to save my normal as much as I can when I'm playing Dragon Link, especially if I know I'm playing against something that really has Nibiru. A lot of people are maining Nibiru right now, so try to save that for as long as I can, which of course helps me out a lot right here, because I'm going to go into my second Striker Dragon and get Black Metal's effect. And then the red MD, of course, is going to allow me to revive a Dragon Tuner, which is going to be the Phalanx. Then I use that and the token to go into my Halki Firebrax. And then this is, of course, going to be full combo right here. With Halk's effect, I'm going to go into the Rocket Synchron right here. Because I'm playing the Vylon Cube build, I don't have a dragon to special summon, except for the Synchron right here, or whatever. So I think Synchron's probably the best one that I can do. I know I have Quick Launch and then Boot, which will help me later to have 2 different rocket monsters in the grave. Use that guy for LP, and then luckily use my Living Fossil right there on the Phalanx. And then banish that for the Pisty, and then now I have the arrows open, of course. Used LP's effect, and then I am going to grab that, discard my Pointer, because I know I'm going to probably use all the cards in my hand right now, so a Pointer will be dead later on, even though I technically have an extra card with black in my hand. But Brotar is going to let me get Levianeer. Then I'm going to use those 2 to go into the Protector Whelp right there. And I kind of mess up right here because I should have used my LP or something, but I needed the spaces open, and I needed 2 arrows pointing because I didn't use my Pisty yet. So it kind of bites me in the butt a little bit later on, and I'll explain that. But anyways, I'm going to get my Levianeer, which is going to rip another card out of his hand. And I'm going to get the OEA out of his hand right there. And keep going with my plays. So I get to use the Pisty's effect, and I'm going to bring back my Striker Dragon. And then use those 2 for Seal. And like I said, right here is where I kind of misplay, because I'm locked into dragons right now, and I don't have any way to get to my win condition, which is pretty much the Buster Destruction Sword lock, the extra deck lock, and this is pretty much what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to play my way out of it. Luckily, I do have the Quick Launch in my hand, so that way I can actually get my Rocket Tracer back. But if I didn't have that, I would really be in a sticky situation. Right there, I use all of those guys to go into my Boral Sword Dragon, and then I just use those 2 so I can go into Union Carrier, get the LP off of board, so I can go into Union Carrier, and then of course, like I said, luckily I had the Quick Launch in my hand. I then use that for the boot, pop the boot, and get my Rocket Recharger, so that way I'm at least able to go into a negate with Borreload Savage Dragon. If I didn't have that, I would still have the Boral Sword, but I think I would be a little less likely to play through that, because I don't have any form of interruption on his turn, except for the lock, which is kind of easily outed as well. With this, I actually use the Union Carrier on my Boral Sword as well, because it's easier to out one monster. So if he just outs the Savage, which is the negate, then he pretty much outs the Destruction Sword if I have it attached on there. But I attach it to the Boral Sword Dragon instead, gives him 4k, so it makes him a really big beater. And then my opponent's going to use that, Let him get the yugioh right there. Sure. He's gonna got the Rhoda, and he's gonna get the Renault. And then right here, he's trying to get into his gear feed, so that's why I choose to negate the yugioh right here, so that he doesn't get into that, because I pretty much know Renault and yugioh is gear feed, and he's locked from the extra deck, which was he was trying to out, so pretty much forces him to go into that. I use the Boral Sword Dragon effect to put that into defense, and then he just forces himself to go into the Nibiru in defense. Which I don't think he should have done it. Probably think he could have left that in attack anyways, but it doesn't really matter in the end. Draw Lancia, which is kind of bad, but it doesn't really matter anyways, because I'm going to use Union Carrier and then attach Safer for later on, then go into battle, and of course just like beat over everything. My Boral Sword is actually at 4k anyways too, so yeah, it's gonna clean up the match with the OTK just on Boral Sword. And bam, that's how I played through Nibiru. Alright everybody, that does it for the replays today. Thank you for watching this low rated DB action. I'm slowly climbing up there. I think I'm at like 600 rank right now, so hopefully it won't be low rated for too long, but we shall see. I really have been liking the Dragon Link deck. I just ordered it all as well, so I could play IRL. Hopefully I can get some remote duels and tournaments for you guys in the future as well. If you guys want to see that, leave it in the comment section below. If you guys made it this far, remember, please give us a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching all of our content today. If you have any other ideas or decks that you want to see, of course, leave those in the comment section below as well, and we'll get right to it. Again, thank you all for watching, and peace.